right. Hello. I am here. And Cloud is here for limited time. I don't know how long he's going to be sticking around. That's up to him. Anyhow. Art stream. Art. Yeah. I don't know. No? Why? Why are you saying no? What is so bad? Just cat streams? No. Art stream. We're doing an art stream. Here, let me pull up the cat. Huh? No sound? What do you mean no sound? Can you not hear me? Alright. There we go. Kick cam. What do you mean no sound? I can't hear, you can't hear me. It's on your end. Because my microphone is very much, or OBS is very much stating that my microphone is audible. So I have a feeling that there's something to do with your end of the actions. Your end of, yeah, and I just checked. Anyhow, so today I don't really have any particular ideas. Can you hear now? All right, perfect. I don't have any particular ideas as to what I want to do. I've got a few maybe ideas. I don't know. First things first, I gotta take the drawing tablet out from underneath Cloud's face. So, buddy, if you mind just scooching your noggin, I won't be bothering you too long. There we go. Little guy. Did I draw a clown trying to make an omelet in a kitchen? I could. Here, hold on. Let me do that. I gotta grab a plug. Get that. Oh, he's looking at you now. And now he's not. Okay. Let's just get to it. So, yeah, as I already said, no particular ideas in mind at the moment. I do have something that we could do a little later on, but yeah, for now we're just gonna do some of this stupid little like doodles and stuff. Repo sesh? Not today. I would do it on like a Saturday or a Sunday or something, but Tuesdays I like to keep calm and stuff, you know? It's the chill streams that happen on Tuesday, and then we can worry about repo another time. Alright. We get these big ol' things like that. Ball sack? Not quite. You'll see. I have a vision. Ah, yes, it's the keeper's ball sack. Of course. But no. It is going to be the shoes and legs of a clown, as you asked for. Words are hard. Probably zoom in on this. I often have a lot of trouble drawing shoes. Like, people complain about how difficult it is to draw hands. For me, shoes and feet are awful to try to draw. They're so annoying. But alas, I keep on trying, so whatever. We will see whether or not this turns into all right. What about me saying feet is hot? Also, Cloud is gone. 1 second. There he is! All right. So it would be like this. And then the tongue of the shoe would be kind of like that? I'm thinking. And then it goes down like this and up. I think. I don't really study clown shoes. The make and model thereof. So hopefully I am at least on the right track when it comes to drawing them. Do that. Up. And it'll go around. How far around, I'm not sure. This is weird. How do I... So if this is pointed like that, matched that here. Ah, okay. Now I get why it looks weird. Supposed to be kind of like that. And then, from there, we can worry about filling this part out. Like so. Then this goes up. How does a person draw a clown? This is the world's biggest question. How draw a clown? Okay, I think I got it. It's like that, and then you can make some details around the shoes. Like so. Okay. And then from here, I can fuck around with making the soles of the shoes look a little weird. So big around there, smaller, and then big. That's typically how they go. Yeah, there we go. That's a clown shoe, right? It looks vaguely like a clown shoe. Almost. We're getting there. Do that. Red dusky bit on the toe. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Need to worry about just getting the general shape down before I start worrying about coloring it in. All right. And then we do. What if the clown was Jimbo? I would need to pull up a reference image, but I could. The clown could perchance be Jimbo. Undo everything. Just the bits that are not good. There we go. And now I am gonna cheat when it comes to getting the second shoe. Like, putting down the second shoe, because I don't want to just redraw the entire shoe. So I will grab this outline and just copy that over to the other foot. And from here, we can do that. get rid of that. Actually, hold on. Yeah. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of whatever the fuck is happening here. Alright. And then go here. Yeah. Alright. And with that, got the shoes. There we go. Shoes. Now, what else does a clown require in order to look like a clown? I guess a head would be a good place to go next, now that I think about it. Perhaps giving it a head. Ever played Sea of Thieves? I have, actually. There was a point a while ago where I was playing Sea of Thieves a lot. So yeah, I've done it. I've done a little bit of it. Going through clips. Yeah. I think that was during COVID when I was really into Sea of Thieves. What's my Sea Dog rank? I don't think I remember it, and if I if I were to go check, it would probably be something like the first one. I don't know. Oh, come on! My tablet just did something. I did not play it. I did. That it is a veritable fact. In fact, you could actually look at my Steam profile. Ah, I see. Okay. You see, I took you as somebody who respected themselves and didn't gatekeep. But alas, you're gatekeeping. You're a gatekeeper. You're out here standing in front of the gate, keeping it. Look at you, gatekeeper. I'm messing with you. I'm not paying any money for Sea of Thieves. Sorry to say. Sea of Thieves is not worth me spending money on. And at a certain point, not worth spending my time on as well. No money, pure skill. Pure grind. Bro, you have to go through so much effort to get that. That's not skill, that's like lifelessness. I know it's a banger. Best fucking song in existence. Save that. Hey. No, we can. How's my PvP skill in Sea of Thieves? I never PvP'd. Yeah, no, I just enjoyed myself in the game. Crazy how that works. Crazy enough, I just played the game for what I wanted to play it for. How's my PvP skills in Minecraft Hunger Games? You don't want to see me. You don't want to see me in Hunger Games, bro. My PvP skills in Hunger Games is, like, top-notch. I unalived maybe 5 people in my last run, which was 5 seconds ago. I was doing it while streaming because I'm just that cool. Right. I'm lying? No. No, I don't lie. I don't that's fucked up. No. You're just afraid of me. You're afraid of me, and that's why you're saying that, because you're afraid of my super awesome skills. And you're afraid of me beating you in Minecraft Hunger Games. Like most people, because I am too good at Minecraft Hunger Games. It's a fact. Veritable fact. Ender, please. I don't think we have an emote like that. Want the best for me? I'm sorry, but I already know what the best for me is, and it is the Minecraft Hunger Games grind, alright? I'm out here grinding the Hypixel server. Alright? I'm out here grinding the Minecraft PvP. Abandon your Hypixel? I wonder why. I'm out here eating gapples like they are breakfast, all right? Your little brother used your account and cheated. That is like actually saying my dog ate my homework. All right, see you later, Xander. You're not a cheater? Tell him about Earth MC. Oh, wait, yeah. Fucking... Wait, you're taking my comment a little too serious there, man. I wasn't calling you a cheater. I was making fun of you for saying that your brother cheated on your account, because it's funny to me. But you know, I did actually, like, I was messing around with the Hypixel shit. But when it comes to Minecraft, I've actually played quite a bit. And there was this one server that Biz and I played together a while ago. Again, during COVID, I believe. That was basically just a, not one-to-one, but a scaled-down version of the Earth. So it was the entire Earth built some, like, significantly smaller, like, very, very, very small version of Earth. And we made a whole ass civilization in that. It was a good time, except for the COVID. That was a bad time. You wish you could play that? I mean, it's still up. Problem with it that I found when I used to play it was that it's kind of pay to win. Oh yeah, the wiki. That I'd imagine they'd wipe it at this point or something. I don't know. But yeah, no, it was very pay to win. So you pay money, you get a bunch of resources, and then suddenly you are way ahead in the arms race and all that. So it got kind of annoying really quickly, especially for me, because I only ever build stuff in Minecraft. And if I do say so myself, I'm pretty good at building in Minecraft, gotta say. But there'd be people like teleporting into your base, basically, with like full enchanted diamond armor and stuff. Huh, that's cool. But people would just kind of like teleport in with a bunch of stuff that they got because they paid for the game. Which is a problem that I have with a lot of Minecraft servers. Checked map now. Bro thought it was bigger. Could you try speaking English in chat? I know it's not your first language, but, you know, just for my sake. Oh, you type disabled all right. Oh, yeah, because you got a broken arm. Just get over it. No, that's mean. Get over your broken arm. Come on. Just heal. Forehead. Yeah, but you will have to actually restate that because I don't know what you said. Like I didn't understand what you wrote in the chat. Bruh, it's not my fault. But with bro. Oh. So you're saying bruh thought it was bigger? Who is bruh? Are you bruh? Bruh is not a very good descriptive word to use. Anyhow. Yeah, if it was bigger, then that would have been like a whole ass undertaking. That would have been a lot of effort to make an actual Earth-sized map. Alright, let's get the baubles done. There we go. Alright. What does Jimbo look like? Jimbo Balatro. Oh, he's got, like, puffed out cheeks. He looks like a lemon. Nice shoes. Thank you. They're shoes. They're clown shoes. Actually, let me add on to the thing those classic red bits at the front. There we go. Let's see. The thing is, he's got an actually, like, regular shaped face, the Jimbo. Well, that's not correct. He's got a lemon-shaped face, but his face is not the shape that I gave this guy. So I'm gonna have to kind of just mold this into the Jimbo face. Get rid of that. Don't need it. No, I understood what you typed there. It's just when you're trying to say something and then you typo, like, every single word. Or not every single word, because when it's not every single word, then my brain doesn't autocorrect the issues. Alright. Give this guy an excellent brow. Just your friend typed like this. Okay, you see how that is a little less understandable? Hold on. I have an awesome idea for this guy. Go like this. And then like that. Like that. It's perfect. And then we get rid of this. Make the mouth a little more prominent. This is probably one of the best facial expressions I've ever made for a drawing. This is great. Alright. We'll give him eyes. Ooh. He looks malicious. All right. So we have the clown. Now, what's the second part of what you wanted me to draw? I guess while I wait for you to answer that, I can draw his like bib thing. Making an omelet. I think that is a great idea. Hold on, just give me a second. All right. Gonna get rid of the top part of his body. Like so. Gonna go up like that. That. Go down like that. Then we continue this all the way around. This looks awful. This is terrifying. This is a creature right here. This is kind of difficult. This kind of shape. Let's see. Okay, let's just start off by doing this. Because going from the inside out might make it a little bit easier to anticipate how the lines will overlap. Okay. You added too much gross Michael to the omelet. I could do that. Alright, so we're gonna do like that. I am aware. I know Gro Miguel. And then it turns into Cavendish. I was also at one point enamored by the game. So I know a good amount about it. Alright. Like that. Get rid of these. That. Like that. This is a little too small. That's fine. We'll even it out. Like so. Perfect. It's all about figuring out the correct size for everything when it comes to these like patterned things. Gonna Control S that. Make sure that nothing is going to get lost when the program inevitably crashes. 4 boobs? Nope. If this is what you think a boob looks like, I would have to ask you to get some bitches. Just yeah, acquire women. Or particularly large men. You could also do that given your preference. Given that is your preference. I don't know if that is your preference, I'm saying. Given it is. Grandma is like that? You out here inspecting grandma? don't think that's exactly what I would have expected you to be admitting to today. Your grandma's got the pentaboob. fully decked out. Alright. Then we do the same thing there. Wait, this wouldn't be the pentaboob. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the hexaboob. I feel like pentaboob sounds better. But alas, that is not what it is. What about the ones in the back? The ones in the back you can't see. And so those ones aren't relevant. If you don't see it, then it doesn't matter. Like, that's just how it works. No relevancy. Completely disregarded. All right. So, we have this. Now I go and add the little baubles on these. I hope that this is easily understandable as what it is. All right. That. And there we go. You're realizing how mean I am to people who I talk to. Cuz that's just how I talk. At all times, given that you give me the ammunition, I will make fun of you. And gotta say, of all people, you're not somebody to judge me. And you would know that. Doubt? Really? That's sure. You doubt it as much as you want, but that won't deny the fact that I've already done it several times. Yes. Uh-huh. Right. And then we go like, oh shit. I missed a little bit of this final bit here. Gotta be like that. There we go. And then over here as well. Okay. So we have the fella. He's kind of awesome. And now let's give him a frying pan and an omelet. So like this. And I'm not going to give him arms, because I feel like that would make him a little less silly. I think him having arms detracts from his silliness. And so instead, this is just going to be floating out in front of him. And we'll see how that turns out. Do this. Making flat circles like this used to be such a hassle for me. I always had trouble figuring out how to make them look like they are lying down on the ground while still looking circular. Turns out, you just gotta make an oval. It's just an oval. that you draw and then you're happy with because it's an oval. It's very convenient. At least once you know how to do it. Okay, this. That, get rid of that. So as to make it not look like the stuff is clipping into other stuff. And then we just do... I think I follow the inner rim here. And then it kind of trails off behind this wall. Like that. And that should, in theory, make it look like it is a pan with a curved wall. So it goes like this. And then this one also follows this wall in the same way. Oh, okay, and then I need to do like this or something to emphasize, yeah, there we go, that there is actually another side of the wall of the pan. All right. Right. Fill this part in. It's not the best perspective. Perhaps if I do like that instead, it'll look a little bit better. Because right now it looks kind of like it's just jutting. Yeah, that does look better. I know that sometimes my descriptors that I use are definitely not the best. They're definitely not the most descriptive of descriptors that I could use a lot of the time. Like jutting does not really point to anything, but I just don't know how to describe what it looks like in the split second that I have it in my brain. Which is why I would call it that. Alright. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that somebody gets it. Alright. There we go. Alright. Frying pan completed. It's kind of turned a little bit. Let's see if I can fix that just through warping it. I made the song that was just playing, yeah? Oh, rip, no more. Yeah, no. Actually, later today on stream, I think I want to work on some concept art for a game I'm putting together. I need to show my creations. I will show my creations later in the stream. Or at least you want to hear it. If you want to hear my music, the majority of my music is on my music channel on YouTube. It's just called Ndeej. So you could find any of that stuff there. Yeah. Ndeej also happens to be the the channel that I use to browse YouTube most. No, it's spelled like this. Ndeej, like that. Basically, just you take the ER out of Enderdeej, and you have it. Why'd you pin it? What was... Who is going to use that besides Pond? Actually, how do I refer to you? Because we know your Discord name, and it's different from your Twitch name. Do I use your Discord name or your Twitch name to refer to you? Because I'm not used to using your Twitch name. Mnil? Dumbass! Okay, well then maybe I will just call you Pondus. Your words have consequences, my friend. That's your dog? Yeah, and every time I refer to you, I will be referring to your dog. Not like there's much of a difference. On disappreciations. Animals are great. Yeah, I bet your animal is probably also great. So, this is good. I like this. This is a good drawing. Here, what I could do to imply that he has some sort of like invisible arm is I could take this and I could push it up like so. Hey, it's Balala. I could push that up, and that could like imply some shoulder movement. Yeah. Have you been to any of my art streams before? Wait, you've definitely been to at least one of them, right? Because yeah. I guess there's a good chance that you just missed a lot of the music that gets put on, because I have like, I don't know, 4 hours worth of music in the stream playlists. But you know, this dude, the person who makes this, his YouTube channel is called Instrument Maniac. I realize that it isn't in the title. You do something else than watching my silly face. Yeah, and what would that be? What in your life would be more valuable than sitting down at a computer or in bed and watching me? My bald ass head. Alright. So, we got this. He's kind of just levitating it with his... I could also give him like a nub. I could do this. True Homestuck appreciations. It has been a long time since I have even thought about Homestuck. Although, I can definitely say, this does bear resemblance to the Homestuck style. Now here's the question. Do I go with nub? Or no nub? Jimbo and Homestuck. He's a new villain. No nub? No nub's better? I can agree. In fact, I think I'm going to put this back down because I realize that it doesn't do exactly what I'm hoping, or was hoping that it would do. Give repo force? From where? From one of his nubs? Here. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. Go like that. I don't know if it's if this is gonna be the easiest thing to draw. I might omit it. I don't... Let me just... Yeah, good enough. Alright, and then we will give him an omelet. Jimbo from mouthwashing? No fucking shot. Actually, you know how Balatro keeps on doing collaborations with other games? What if they did one with mouthwashing? Just for the hell of it. That seems almost plausible. With like the games that they chose. Like they've got Assassin's Creed, Cult of the Lamb, like a lot of indie games. And then they've got like Assassin's Creed, Fallout, and then Critical Role, which is not a game, but in fact a D&D podcast. It's very funny to me. I guess the stuff's from the first show, or like they haven't done more than one show, but it's from Vox Machina, the show. If you wanted to take it from a property like that, but yeah. Right. That is incredibly quiet. What the hell? Why is it so quiet? Well, it's only 40 seconds long. It's fine. Hello! I don't know what Plungus is, but look at my guy that I made. He's cooking an omelet. I feel like this thing needs to rotate a little bit. Like that. Perfect. His name is now Plungus. His name is now Plungus. I don't make the rules. Sorry, fellas. His name is Plungus. How you doing? How is life treating you? Make this a little bigger. Oh, that's awesome. This is perfect. With it being a little bit bigger, it makes it so much cooler. You're drawing? Alright. What are you drawing? What ideas, what cursed ideas do you dare put pen to paper to create your persona? I suppose that makes sense. Want to see? If you want to post it in the Discord, I will happily take a look at it. That. And we get that in circle. Circle is done. Check DMs. Alright, give me just a second. I'm perfecting his attire. Alright, let's see. Oh, I forgot. I forgot the ping. Shit. Hey, you gave him antlers. Why do they have antlers now? Did they always have antlers? Oh, I see. I suppose that makes sense. Because it's cool? Who needs another reason than that? Do things because they're cool. Yeah. So right now, I'm just doodling this because it was a suggestion made by my buddy Emnil. And after this, I feel as though it might be a good time. I've got ideas. Crazy. Amongst those ideas is various game ideas. Persona. This? Are you saying this is a persona? This is a persona. This ain't a persona. No, my ideas? No. I think you might be you might be, I'm forgetting the word. What's the word? Biz, what's the word? Biz! Biz! Silly? You silly little man. But you know, I'm working on a game. Currently just concepts. And what I want to do is I recently put together a song. It's a track, no singing in it. For an area in the game. Except I don't have concept art for the area in the game. So, basically, that's what I want to do. I want to play the music for you guys, get your opinions, and then we will go from there and make some art. Or I guess I will. There's no obligation for you guys to do that. Should say handsome or something. Biz is my mod. I own. No. But your first things first, though. We have to we have to finish this drawing. And so in order to do that, I will just take that. And banana. It's the Gros Miguel. Also, you're spelling it wrong. You're spelling it wrong. It's Miguel, not Michael. Except for if it is, and I'm wrong. Gros Miguel. Okay, never mind. I am... Well, we're both wrong. You have not spelled... You have not spelled wrong entire streams. Correct. Alright, and then we give the banana its little thing there. Actually, I could do that better. Okay. Gun. Gun! Right. Get that. Do that there. And there we go. It's so stupid. I love it. It's great. Here, let me... I know where to look. Is this going to be something bad, or is this going to be something good? That's just a daddy long legs. Oh, I see. You want the daddy long legs on the shelf. That makes more sense than I thought. Wait, is that a mama long legs? Oh, it is a mama long legs. All right. Let's do that. Oh yeah, now that it's actually contrasted against a background, it you can kind of tell that it's a mama long legs. But before, when it was on the black background of Discord, I did not notice. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Now, let's get into some pattern making. Just gonna do this. Gonna go down like that. Hopefully I do this correctly and don't completely fuck it up. It's very possible that I do. Want to see how the IRS knows what? You know what? That's fair, I suppose. Why'd you do it 3 times? You did it 3 times. The fact that there's such a long delay between, like, the thing popping up. Oh, that was Biz who did it the 3rd time. I see. He was contributing to the bit. Well, nonetheless, you just lost a lot of money. And by money, I mean a lot of mud. You just lost a lot of mud. Okay. Do that. Get rid of this. Based and sludge pilled. It's one of the precepts. Spend all mud the second you get it. Right. Okay, so we have that. Now, what does Balatro Man look like? Okay, this is fine, as is. Gotta do this. There we go, that looks better. Alright. And then from here, we can add the colors. So let's get some orange in there. Orange is a good color. Orange is one of the best colors. No one can deny this. And that's why Trump has decided to color his entire body orange. The fact that he is still orange is very funny to me. I know that I just jettisoned us into politics, but I don't think many of us are disagreeing on those, so doesn't quite matter. Alright. Alright. Not sure what to use to color in his other parts. I can do red for the majority of them because that's what usually makes sense. Clowns tend to be red to portray the fear of their enemies or some shit like that. I don't know. Okay, that. Alright. I feel like the orange that I chose is a little too muddy looking. And considering that most browns, actually all browns on computer screens are actually just oranges that have been fucked with, like deepened, that makes sense. I've got to get a little bit more of a bright orange going. That, and there we go. It's always been weird to me how color combinations, like the way that you mix colors on a screen, are different from how you would do it on paper. It doesn't seem right that that's the case. But I mean, what do I have to do about it? All right, there we go. That's significantly better in orange than what we had before. I just saw my chat like freak out for a second. All right. Let's save. This thing is blue. I'm also realizing that I need to fix this before I make any mistakes with the color. There we go. And just do that. Like so. Yeah, that works significantly better. Now, it actually looks like a flare. Or rather, like it is flaring out. Yeah, there we go. That. And probably just color in this entire thing blue. You know, I'm surprised as to how much this actually resembles Jimbo in Balatro. Like, I didn't intend with the way that the cheeks looked and stuff to be for it to actually be Jimbo's face shape, but alas, it is. Still notably different, but nonetheless. Right. This, and we will be done with this soon. I don't know why, every single time I scroll out and see the full picture, it's very funny to me. The scene as a whole is just humorous. Alright, so we'll get this off-white color for his skin, because if he is a clown, his face is probably painted entirely white anyways. We'll have to see if adding the face paint makes the facial expression worse or better, because I feel like it might make the expression look worse. Not sure about that, though. We'll have to see. Okay, maybe that's a little too off-white. Like that? Yeah, that works better. And then we can just grab this red and fill in the majority of this hat. Like so. And the other two, I don't know what those things are called. Dangly bits? Dangly bits does not sound like a good name to give any part of a clown, but dangly bits. Referring to any point, any part of a person as a dangly bit is awful. Referring to any part of a clown as a dangly bit is probably some sort of verbal war crime. That I shouldn't have done that, because now it's going to be stuck in my head for the next while. Until then, I will be coloring in the dangly bits as they appear in Balatro. All right. Go. Hey, that looks surprisingly okay. Then we just do it over here as well. Got to do it there. A little note of orange on that side of the bauble. And then we're nearly done. I keep saying that. All right. What next? What next? I guess the shoes. I could make them blue with the red caps. That'll fit the color scheme. Let's do that. And red cap number 2. I think what I'm gonna do, because most people probably aren't in the fucking stream right now, I'm just gonna post this cropped when I'm finished it. Just gonna post a cropped version of it in, I guess, non-fan art and see what happens. Probably not much. People aren't all that active in the Discord server, but still, I think that is a very funny mental image to me. And that's why I'm gonna do it. Okay, just color this in a little more willy-nilly. Don't need to care about the crossing of the lines, all that, because I'm just gonna color over it again with orange afterwards. Right. Okay. I notice I usually don't catch these until after I'm finished drawing, but that wasn't colored in. And this I also need to color in. There. How should I go about doing this actually? I guess I could just do away with this here. Like so. Go down here, make it colored black, and then do that. And there we go. And there we have it. Legs. Legs at the end of, or shoes at the end of legs is what we have. That somehow made it look bad. Hold on. No, that ain't right. Why did that? Okay. New strategy. I'm just gonna color it in a different color. Yeah, that works. And then we will take this orange here. Do this. I colored over it? That's fine, I don't care. Here. Who was the first person to think up this design for an outfit? And then who was the first person to make this as an outfit? Like, the concept of this being an intriguing or funny outfit. Somebody be like, oh, that would be awesome, and then getting like their tailor friend back in the 1800s. No, before that. What am I talking about? Back in the 1600s. Before that. Hey, Bez! When was the medieval period like a thing again? When did the medieval period happen? Okay, yeah, so even earlier. Some dude in like 800 after Christ, the year of 800, made a drawing of a dude wearing this on his head and went, and then he got his friend to make it. And then somehow it became incredibly popular. Humanity is weird. Okay, and then let's get let's make this handle brown. That's a barely visible brown. There we go. Let's go with that. Like that. Do that. Cast iron is a dark, dark gray. So we'll just do this. And this will help differentiate the banana, the omelet, and the cast iron pan. Will be nice to have. Also, I just realized he's not cooking it over anything. He's just holding... he's just holding a frying pan with an omelet in it and a banana on top of it. That is even more funny to me. I don't know why. My humor is incredibly stupid at this point. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just inane bullshit is what I laugh at, apparently. Okay, so we gotta... Oh, Mikel. That there. Alright. Darker color at the top here. Stem. Then eggs are a little more washed out colored. So it'll be like that. Perfect. Oh yeah, this is another song from me. Emnel, if you're still here, don't know if you are. This is another one of my tracks. So, there you go. Let's get that. Some greens, des légumes. Aussi, des meat. I don't remember the word for meat in French. All right. Gonna go here. Draw basic lines on the banana to denote that it is a banana. Because as we know, the majority of things have this shape, and so if they don't have those lines, then it would be very easy to get it mistaken for another thing. Do that. Go over here to the paint layer, and now we see if we'll see if the face paint will make this worse or better. It just follows the lip. Like so. Right. The regular Balatro Jimmy guy is kind of... It kind of has a silhouette to it. Especially with its mouth. Because it's open. And so the face paint kind of goes around the mouth in a completely different way than this does. So I could imagine that being a problem. I don't know if this is better or worse. I honestly don't know. Let me see if I can augment it any amount by just giving him that. You know what? That is worth. I like that. We'll give him the eyeliner. Okay, so there's a thin bit of eyeliner there, then a lot of eyeliner on top. And it just goes into a circle. That's not a circle. I'm bad with shapes, apparently. Alright. Incredible. This is my best work yet. Wait, is that actually part of the... Oh, it is part of the face. I was thinking that was on my monitor. That was like some weird dead pixel or something on my monitor, but no. That's just the texture being a little bit off. Let's do that. There we go. And there we have it. Him. Let's group these together. Quick group. Plimbo. We'll do that and save that. Now, let's see. Aw, man. Nobody's here right now. All right. Well, then I will save the I'll save the other stuff for later. Wow. Wow. All right. Here. While we wait for people to join in, I will quickly take a break because it's already been an hour. So, draw you. I'll later. First, we do a little break. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that there. Here, let's do music again. All right. Now, what should we do? I could draw you, Biz. Except I'm pretty sure I already have. With Plimbo here, who needs Biz? I have not, but I have. Look, he's even got your classic German delicacies. Yum yum. You do not remember such a thing? Ah, but alas, it is a thing. Trust me. I'm trustworthy, right? Me. You demand to see yourself? Okay, now here's the question. Do you want me to, like, dox you? Like, what exactly are you asking for here? Perhaps you haven't thought so deeply about this. Your internet personification? I don't know how to draw that. What? Hold on. I've gone blurry again. I wish that my camera was any good. There we go. Okay. More light seemed to do the trick. Simple art skill. All right, send me the picture. Send me the image of your guy. Let me see him. In the meantime, I'll do art. I don't even know what I'm doing. Have you sent me the guy yet? There it is. Damn it. Alright, give me a second. There we go. Okay. So this is Biz's Discord profile picture. Is it also your actual profile picture? No, it isn't. So let's try to redraw this guy in a styling like my own. So he's got this head that peaks kind of adjacent, but not directly in the middle of the head, and then goes down and around, and then loops in. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. You got ear. And then face. Let's go like so. And then do the same thing here. All right. Same thing there. Ear on either side. This is going to look awful because I'm effectively taking it directly from the source. But it's how the world goes. All right. Actually, hold on. If I do it like this, and I get... Yeah, actually, hold on. This... You know, Biz, this guy does surprisingly look a lot like you. Like now that I've got like the art, like the start of it down, I think I can work with this. You don't know how to consume that? Take it as a compliment. I was complimenting you. And I feel like I know how to make this even better. So first things first, eyebrows. I don't remember if you have larger or thinner eyebrows than this guy currently has. But eyebrows you do have. Here, you know what? Just for the sake of it, since I don't remember, I'll make one eyebrow larger, and then one eyebrow smaller, just so that there's a chance of it resembling you more. Then we'll go with the nose, like that. Now this guy, his nose isn't the biggest, which I suppose makes some sense, considering that most of the time people's noses are regular sized. But for the sake of making this look like Biz, I'll make the nose significantly larger. Just like absolutely massive. Rivaling my own in size. And then we will continue like that. Perfect. And then can't forget the philtrum. Do that. That. All right. Now Biz has these eyes, and you won't really get what I'm saying unless you've seen him. But like they grow and shrink effectively. So to portray that in the still image, I'm gonna try my best to show them like in motion. So at random they kind of like increase in size. I think it's a condition, but I wouldn't know that, and I'm not in the place to be, making assumptions about people's conditions and whatnot. Next, we'll give him the ultra jaw that he has. Yeah, that seems about right. And he has a very prominent butt chin. But it's not like a regular butt chin where you just have like a line. It's like an actual butt chin. If he were just ahead, he'd be able to walk on the two bumps on his chin as though they were legs. And in fact, you know what? I think I might take some creative liberties here. And I'll draw him as just ahead to demonstrate what I mean. But first, I must, of course, illustrate his luscious lips that he has. Let's do that. Oh, come on. There we go. And then we do that. Perfect. Now that is my good pal Biz right there. And okay, what else? Hey Biz, what other like attributes do you think I've missed? Because I think I've captured most of you. Oh wait. Oh shit. You've got like a giant flowing beard now, right? Yeah, you have like this huge beard. I completely it's been way too long since I've spoken with you. Yeah, so let's do this. I will say not the best kept beard, but it's definitely a beard. So let's do that. And this thing about Biz is he really likes the Vikings. And so what he did is he took his beard and actually braided it. So we're just gonna do that. There we go. I have never drawn braids in my fucking life. and I just realized that now after starting to try to draw braids. How does one draw braids? Uh, good art challenge for the soul. Yeah. They do this, right? Yellow frog. I can do that. I will get to it in a second, though. I'm currently illustrating Biz's beautifully proportioned face. Okay, I think I figured out how to draw the braids. There we go. Yeah, so Biz has this thing with the Vikings, and he just really, really likes them, and so he took his beard and he braided it like this to make himself look more like a Viking, except that he is Germanic in origin and not Viking, not even close to where the Vikings came from. So, all of that to say, he just kind of looks like a dude with a braid. And you can tell that I'm saying, like, truthful things because he hasn't denied any one of the statements I've made. So, like, you know that I'm saying completely truthful, non-fictitious things about my good friend Bismarck. Is that right, Biz? Yeah. That is why we are friends, because he knows when I am I'm running out of things to say. I'm running out of words to garbage into the screen as I draw whatever the fuck this is. Let's go. Frog. Yellow frog. The frog? You've never looked more beautiful. True. Now if I go here, color key, that, this, and there we go. Frog on the shelf. Perfect. You know what? I should probably attribute a sound effect to somebody, like redeeming the shelf thing, because I can't always have the activities page up, which is basically just the page that tells me when people are doing stuff with the channel points and stuff. That being said, I don't know what sound effect I would give it. Oh, what's up, Tommy? I am drawing Bismarck in his unbridled glory. This is officially me doxing him, by the way. I am doxing his face and what he looks like. So just like use this to your advantage when searching for a target next time you have access to an MLRS system. All right. Thought it was Robert Downey Jr.? I mean, I see the resemblance, you know? That it is kind of uncanny, the way that they look so similar. Yeah, no, Hey, Biz, do you know, like, if Robert Downey Jr. is at all, like, from where you are? From? Because, yeah, no, you do bear a resemblance. Let's give him his signature soul patch as well. He will literally fight you if you say anything about his soul patch. Like, he's grown a beard around it, but anytime I bring up his soul patch, he immediately jumps to his feet and he's ready to start, like, fighting me. Has anybody seen them in one room? Yeah, no, I haven't seen them in the same room either. So I think I have to agree with your assessment. It's interesting. I'm gonna have to see it. I'll have to ring up Robert Downey Jr. To try to get him into a room. All right. So, I'd say, Biz, is this a sufficient drawing of your profile picture? I took a few creative liberties with it. It's beautiful. Thank you, thank you. By the way, Tommy, here's my Balatro. His name is Plimbo, and he's cooking an omelet. Incredibly stupid doodles. Alright. Let's see. Is he familiar with Clown Guy? They share beers over the weekend sometimes. This is lore, by the way. Write this down. Clown Guy lives in Mississippi, though, so he's a little far away. I got these... Okay. My mother... My mother brought to me very nicely these limited edition maple syrup flavored graham cracker goldfishes things. Gotta say, taste nothing like a goldfish, but they're really good. I have a mother. Add that to the lore. Gotta keep that written down. But all that to say, I don't know if they are a thing, if they're like really a thing outside of Canada. Does anybody watching know about maple cookies? They're like effectively Oreos, except instead of chocolate and vanilla, it is maple syrup and maple syrup. And they're shaped like maple leaves. And they're some of the best shit. They're some of the best cookies you can get. Why do I know what goldfish tastes like? Because they're a brand of cookie. Maple sounds very Canadian. Yes, it is very Canadian. But it's legitimately just maple flavored maple cookies, and they are so fucking good. They're some of the best things we've got in Canada. All right, so let me check. Yeah, I guess we have enough people. I was talking earlier about having made a soundtrack. Not in soundtrack. A song. Not a song. God, I hate that there's not a good word for lyricless music. Because it doesn't have lyrics. And calling it a song implies that there are lyrics in it. A track. There is some noise that I made over the past couple of weeks as the background track to an area in the video game that I am currently working on. And today, I was thinking that I kind of want to work on some concept art for that area. So, first things first, I will quickly pause that. First things first, I would need to show you guys the music. Is the game Rain World by chance? No. I sorry to say, I didn't make Rain World. Not my creation. Cannot take credit for it. I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry. Now, problem with the track that I have thus far is it's not fully finished. It's like pretty close to being finished, but it's not fully finished. So let me just pull it up. All right. Let me pull this up. Like that. Is it gonna show up? Okay, interesting. Capture specific window and then Reaper. Please. Please. Come on! Just do it! Just capture the fucking image. Stream breaks every time you enter. I suppose so. Okay, let me try closing it and reopening it. Maybe that'll do the trick. How dare you? Alright. Do that. That. Why? Why is it not working? Why? Alright, fine. Instead of doing this, I will try another strategy. No, stick around. You're one of the only people who is actually nice to me on stream. But I should be able to capture just the entire screen. There it is. Okay. So now I have the entire screen captured. You get to see how I do my making of music. Let me put this down a little bit. Actually, no, that's how the effects stay visible. Music. Yeah. So, at the moment, the majority of this is complete. It's a 5-minute and 30 second song. And it's only this ending part that I have yet to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this for you guys. And I would like you guys to give input on what you think the world and area would look like that this is in, that the music is in. DMCA? Nope. Do not worry. That shouldn't be an issue. Now, let me just check if the audio's... Of course it isn't working. Let's see. How about... Let's try doing this. Game audio... Now, if I do this... Okay. Alright, so, yeah, just listen to it, those who care to participate, and then we will probably spend the rest of the stream working on the concept art for the area that this goes with. So, yeah. I'll start working on it in the meantime. Let me know if it's a little too loud, by the way. I don't want to be blowing up people's eardrums. Volume's good? Alright, perfect. Now, remember, this is a very long song, so you're probably going to need to listen to most of it to gather the vibes of it. Oh shit, hold on. Since it is pre-rendered right now, some of the stuff is going to be off. Like, they're going to be desynced occasionally, which is why I had to go through and like do that. Hopefully that won't be an issue. No, it's just that when it is pre-rendered, all of the individual tracks are played over each other. So the first time you play them, it is likely that they'll just desync a little bit. This is a part that I have never tried before, that being a guitar solo. So it's really up in the air whether or not this is a good part. Now, yeah, this is the part that it's chill after the big crescendo, which is a word that I learned yesterday. And I'm really iffy as to how I should go with it. I don't know. You'll hear what I currently have worked on, but I'm not sure if it'll be the same in the final version. Oh. There we go. That was a little offbeat. All right. And then past that point, it's just repeating. So, yeah, there is that. Oh, no! Yeah, so I already have an big idea as to what I'm going for with this. And it could use some work. I'm seeing your ideas that you're putting in chat, and they're not bad. A mansion or a... let me pull up the actual music again. Hold on. There we go. The problem with having an indoor area that I've found is that since the game is supposed to be like taking place on giant stages and you're playing as a tank, a single like mansion or something is is something that could be a thing. However, I feel like it might be hard to implement. And then of course, yeah, Rain World. So the more intense parts of being an indication of danger is actually something I want to do with some other music. Yeah, no problem. But there's some other music that I've made. I made a good amount of music for this game at this point. And it's a lot different. I hesitate to show it on stream because I've already taken a lot of time just sitting here and listening to music. But I plan to do that with the boss themes for the game. Where the more intense tracks will happen, or rather, sorry, my ideas are jumbled because my brain is bad. Like there are parts where it gets really loud and stuff, and I want to have the game so that, say, a boss is shooting a giant laser at you, or it's like trying to ram past you. As you get closer to it while it's doing the attack, that like more intense soundtrack will phase in. Now, as for what my pre-existing idea for this is, it is some kind of just old trash heap. Due to the fact that this, that like the world this game takes place in is post-apocalyptic, there is a lot of old like nuclear waste and stuff, and I kind of want to make a kind of alien-looking environment that's grown out of an old trash heap. Now, I'm not too concrete on that idea. Right now, I'm just kind of drawing the heaps. I'm not concrete on that being the only aspects of it. But yeah, no. If people have other ideas, let me know, because I am fully willing to take in external criticisms and ideas. I feel like that'd be a good way to make use of the fact that we've got a chat. Anyhow, for now, I'm just gonna start working on the kind of heaps. You know what I could do? I could have... It could be a, like, large square like this. There could be a mansion in the middle of it with heaps around. And then you can, like, go through the mansion to do whatever. I don't know. But that might be a good way to throw a wrench into the map design, because otherwise it would just be trash piled up. And I don't necessarily want that. Not sure. You remembered the game project friends and you had a long time ago and noticed that you struggle listening and remembering at the same time? Like listening to what I'm saying and remembering what you're thinking of, or like listening to what I'm saying and remembering. My brain is boggled. Yeah. This is not Green Path. YouTube. Or rather, this is OBS. OBS! Fix your shit. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. No. I have a lot of stuff written down at this point for the game that I'm working on. And I say, like, for the game I'm working on, kind of in a way that makes it sound like the game is an inevitability. It's just a project that I'm working on in my pastime. So, it's very possible that this is not gonna, like, nothing is gonna come of this. Either way, I still enjoy putting time and effort towards it because it's an enjoyable hobby. just like Twitch streaming, crazy enough. Oh man. This song is good. This track is good. The vast majority of DRG's music is so good. When making music, I tend to try to pick out the soundtracks of games that I really like and take those as inspiration. DRG is definitely one of those. With heavy synth and what's it called? Heavy percussion. I don't use that much synth stuff in my music, but I do want to. So, yeah, this is definitely one of those soundtracks that I absolutely adore listening to in my free time. All right, let's see. So if we this boss made of rubbish glued together, the radiating goop, tentacles grow out of it. That is very similar to a Mama Longlegs. There's a concept I've got, and by I mean Biz and I have got, that is kind of an interesting, like, it's not exactly what that is. We call it construct. And the basis of it is it's just trash that's glued together for some reason, and now it's moving. And that's the simplest way to explain it. There's a little bit more to it than that, but I could see about doing something that is akin to that, where it's like, I don't know, the pre version of a construct, where you've got stuff that's just kind of like living in the trash. Yeah, that doesn't sound that bad an idea. All right, so we'll continue like this. Right now I'm drawing just a basic manor kind of looking thing. The thing about big buildings, when you're drawing a little building, all you really need to do is like 3 walls and a roof, and then that's it. But when it comes to giant buildings like manors, they always have these weird like jutting offsets to the side for just the rooms. Faintly reminds you of Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. I haven't played, but I have watched the first game. I've watched the first game. I haven't watched the second game. So, yeah. And also, that is a good comparison. Because it's that... I'm forgetting exactly what happens, but isn't one of the bosses just like a human person who got gunked by radiation or something? I seem to remember that being the case. It could be something similar to that, where it is just old irradiated trash that has been kind of gooped together and somehow gained sentience, and then it uses that sentience to, I don't know, try to kill you. That is not a bad idea. All right. Food was alive because of a nuclear bomb and radiation giving them sentience. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And that's like the reason why taxes even exist, because they were looking at old human things. I should revisit that game. There's a lot that I don't necessarily remember, and it was a nice, quaint little indie game. I would not be opposed to playing it. Stream idea? Yeah. Depending on whether or not it costs money. Alright. Now, with this, I will take It does. For shame. Well, at some point I'll play it. I feel like a lot of this music that we've already heard this. Huh? If I go forwards. Okay, we haven't heard this. What? No? What? What happened? What? Did something happen? You're scaring me. What happened? Did you want to listen to the music? I apologize because you weren't there when the song played. Oh well. All of that for nothing. Yeah. My brain doesn't work most of the time. Its natural state is that of disrepair. But what was I saying? What was I doing? Was I doing something? I don't remember. I'll just continue. Mansion. Something about the mansion. Yeah, so I'm thinking... Yeah, some kind of large mansion located somewhere in the middle. And it could be... I don't know. It could be the spot where a lot of these... like a lot of the weird radiation monsters exist. They could be just, like, people. It could be, like, a guy... Nuke falls on him. It's a nuke. Trust me. Hold on. Nuke. And then it like that and like that. So nuke falls on guy. And then he turns into goop monster with like garbage on him. Like that. And then you got like weird tendrils coming out. Like that. That could be a way of going about it. I'm not sure though. We'll have to see. The nice thing about working on something like this kind of casually in the background is you can just go over various topics and thoughts and stuff and kind of mull through them. Is it blind and only reacting to noise? The problem, if it did, is that the game takes place in an active war zone and you are in a tank. So it would only be hearing noise. And very, very loud noise at that. So it would just be really confused. Like, imagine if you took a Daddy Longlegs and put it in the middle of, like, World War I. Like, just right in the middle of the trenches. It wouldn't know what the fuck is going on. Then again, I doubt that they know what the fuck is going on at any point in time. They kind of just move around, goop around, and grab at shit. But, yeah, no. Alright. I think that's the angle that we've got going on down there. I don't know. I usually eyeball these angles, which is not ideal for perspective drawings, but I can never say that I put 100% effort into stuff. It could be a boss fight. That is not a bad idea. Just thinking. So I'm working on this with another friend. So we do have multiple people working on it. I think I might run that by him because that seems like it could potentially be cool. Like if it was a secret thing. Like you gotta go around the entire map and do a few things, and then like a door opens in the mansion that you can go down, and that would do the thing. I don't know. I'll think on that. I'll think on that because that intrigues me. That idea. All right. So we have the front of the mansion part. You just go Tech Wastes. I think that's the name I'm going to be giving the place. Tech Wastes. Okay. It's really hard to see where my cursor is when it's this small. Let's go like that. Press shift to run before having to run from danger. The thing is, you are playing as tanks. Like, they're made out of garbage. To be fair. However, they're still tanks. So, even with a big giant goop monster, they probably don't care that much. They're in a tank. But you know, I could actually pull up some of the concept art now that I know where it is. Grab it. There. And then, what if a bigger tank chases you? Oh yes, a bigger tank does chase you. I have an idea for an enemy, which is so the map is like, let me just draw out the concept. So the map is going to be big, and in relation to the map, you're probably like about that size. So you're kind of just exploring around the map, going through it, trying to find the objective. And enemies are going to be spawning around you. You have to fight them, yada yada. I want there to be an enemy that spawns all the way on the opposite side of the map, is a giant truck with a gun on it, and you don't see it. The only thing you hear is a giant horn. Not really giant. Giant isn't a descriptor for audio. But you hear a very loud, distinct horn as it enters the battlefield. Then, like, 15 seconds later, if you don't kill it, it can snipe you from all the way across the map. So, like, it can just shoot you from all the way across the map. And you have to go, like, you have to, at the second you hear the noise, the horn, you have to go to it and kill it. Otherwise, it destroys you instantly. That is kind of the caliber of enemies I am thinking towards the late game. There are also, generally speaking, most of the enemies you're fighting are also going to be giant tanks made out of garbage. So it's an even playing field for the most part. One enemy that I came up with a while ago was one of those absolutely massive dump trucks. Unlike my own. But it's just like one of those, if you know them, these absolutely huge dump trucks that are used in mining. And it's just one of these things that's been repurposed to have a catapult on the back of it. And so I'm just quickly sketching the idea. This is not abiding by perspective. But it's a big ass, big thing. Probably trumps your size as a player significantly. And it also does effectively the same thing, except instead of sniping you from across the map, it just lobs an entire, like, shotgun blast at you from across the map. And now that I've started drawing it, I kind of just want to finish drawing this, even though this is an awful rendition of what this thing looks like. But, you know, it would be like that, bucket, like so, and go up like that, and then that. It's much easier to draw quickly when you're not paying attention to space and time, specifically perspective. But it'd be something like this, where you got this huge thing that absolutely trumps your little vehicle. Like, this is what you're working with. That is the size of tank that you're working with. And then it's this kind of huge... God, why is the cursor so invisible? And then it's just got a catapult on the back. And then it, I don't know, throws shit at you from across the map, that kind of thing. So I've got a few ideas of these absolutely huge tank enemy. It doesn't count as a tank, but whatever. These huge enemies that you will have to fight later in the game. And while I have it, let me pull up the concept art I have for one of the tanks we've got already kind of designed. It's such a big drawing. Hold on, let me resize this correctly. There we go. Yeah, so it's basically like this. You got tank made out of complete and utter garbage, and then it's got various stats and so on. I'm getting heavily sidetracked. What does Jim stand for? I don't know. The acronym is just there as an excuse to call it Jim. Because I think it's very funny to call a tank Jim. We've got a few of them. This one's a classic. This one comes from a pre-existing design that I put together. Biz would know it. Actually, all of these kind of come from pre-existing designs, but this one is a very visibly obvious design as to what it kind of resembles. It's supposed to be a much larger, big fucking cannon explosion. You know, like, as opposed to the other one, which is more like a kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? I'm not exactly the best person at explaining stuff. Yeah. But you know, I've got a number of those made, as well as a number of these other concept art things. And yeah. What was I talking about? Something about... Oh, yeah. No? Oh, yeah, big tanks. There's a lot of tanks. We've got a lot of tanks. This game is all about tanks, and that's why there are a lot of tanks in it. Crazy enough, there's a lot of tanks in the tank game. Honestly, right now, the biggest hurdle... You don't know, but rubbish has potential. I'll let you finish the thought before I respond to it. Unless that was the finished thought. I don't know. I don't know how people type. We've already listened to this. Hold on. Okay, we haven't listened to this yet. But you know, biggest hurdle for me when it comes to creating a game like this has got to be the programming, because I am complete dog shit at programming. I have no idea how to do it. I can do art, I can do music, I can do concept creation. Programming is absolutely out of my playing field. It is out of my wheelhouse. So thus far, I have just been making concept art this entire time and figuring out how the game would look. Let's see. That goes across like so. Let me try to match the angle at the very least. Actually, I don't match the angle because of the fact that this is a lot more in line with the point of view than that one is. Imagine a beach, dirty AF because post-apocalypse. Post-apocalyptic. And you can drive your tank to the beach and see the trash waves wash over you and see what sticks. Either random upgrades or random downgrades. I like that. I like that idea. So far, the progression system that has been developed is legitimately just you search through trash and find random trash to stick to your vehicle. So you get shit that ranges from stupid extra addition. Like one of the items that I am fairly proud of is extra transmission. You just have, you find a transmission, and you put that, you already have one, you put another one in your tank, and it makes your tank go faster. And it's incredibly stupid, but that's what makes it great to me. It's very funny to me, the idea of stuff that makes absolutely no sense just happening. And so having like a stage in the game where there is like a unique way of getting equipment, I kind of like that. I'll have to take a look at how we'd need to Gamble Beach. Holy shit, Gamble Beach. Yeah. The cool thing about it that I have found thus far, the cool idea behind it. I say words wrong, and that's very cool. I have some favorite things about the concepts, is what I was trying to say. One of my favorite things is that even though it is an apocalypse, not everything is actually apocalyptic. So I have a couple of things that I could actually show in as an example. Where is it? There it is. So could also have stuff like this, which is just a very lush green cliffside. And of course, we've already got like the basic, you are in a barren wasteland kind of thing. So we've got this as well. Just barren wasteland, shits everywhere, so on, so on. So there's a lot of leverage. There's a lot you could do with it. And I'm striving to make sure that the game is as weird as physically possible when it comes to consistency, while being consistent, which is kind of difficult. All right. Okay. Houses are weird. It's so weird trying to design a good house, a good roof, something that looks visually interesting and actually like makes sense as a house for somebody to have. Because it's very easy to be like, oh yeah, I'll make like a Minecraft house, and then you end up with some Hello Neighbor ass thing, like some absolute atrocity that you're drawing. And then sometimes you just go, okay, I'll make a simple house, and then that simple house is the most boring thing you've ever drawn in your fucking life. It's quite difficult to strike a balance, I find. Okay, let's go like this. Get rid of this line here because we don't need it anymore. Let's do that. Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I've actually just gone out and drawn a house. But I've done a number of buildings, so I have a little bit more experience, I suppose, with doing that recently. Houses are the thing I hate on art school and art classes as in general most of the time, because of the fact that I find people telling you how to do art just kind of takes away from the point of art. However, there are a lot of good things about them, and a very good thing is learning how to do perspective with just like a regular ass house cube thing. Another good way of doing it is just line up a wall like this and draw a table and some stuff on the table. Because you can't just draw the table like this. That's not working. That doesn't work. You have to draw the table like this, and it forces you to think about the three-dimensional aspect of drawing the things that you are drawing, you know? Just do that. A vase with flowers, yada yada. And then you have like a book up front here. Because perspective, the cool thing about perspective is it allows you to go into the third dimension as opposed to just sticking to 2D stick figure ass poses and stuff. Is that the diner you drew for the middle school theater project? I mean, it was a table. it would have maybe. Did you draw a table with a not lamp? That's not a lamp. Why is my brain vase? My brain absolutely refused to give me the word for vase and just kept on going, no, it's a lamp! It was a table behind a window. Well, I mean, middle school, that means that you're probably pretty young anyways, so not much to expect. But yeah, no. Practicing perspective is one of the only things I will really give credit to art schools for being like good for. Because perspective is a very powerful tool. Now, let's see. How do I want to continue this design? I think maybe taking this like so. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. Taking this. You drew it on film? Okay, that's interesting. So you learned how to draw on film reels? Like you were back in the fucking 1800s? Well, actually, no. Film reel... No, actually, I'm correct. 1800s. Aha. Awesome. Me. I'm a dumbass. But what the fuck? Why the hell would you be working on films? You just don't know the correct word. Film, in my mind, implies, you know, those tapes where it's got all these little things on it. You know, that thing. And then it's like black around the border and so on. Yeah, that's film. Unless you're talking, I don't know, because I don't know the word that you're trying to refer to. Say it in German. Bis! 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 Tommy doesn't know a word in English, so I'm gonna tell her to say it in German. Overhead projector. Yeah. Yeah, I know that one. Actually, crazily enough, could have Googled. I just wanted an excuse to yell at Biz. But you're talking about an overhead projector. Like this thing? Like this? You turn on the light and then it does like a thing. Talking about these things? It's heavy. Oil or something, like slightly transparent. I mean, it could just, I guess it's just plastic? I don't know. I'm not sure. Haven't we already heard this? I think we already heard this. There we go. All right. So we have this. Let's actually this. Get rid of this inside angle that's happening there. And instead make it look like it is angled to the side. This wall is angled outwards and then meets up with a wall, a flat wall. You don't know if it's plastic. Yeah, it's just like plastic wrap. Like, I know what you're saying. It's like, yeah, I've seen them. It was a transparent sheet, and you drew multiple backgrounds after having procrastinated. Well, that sounds really annoying. Because like when you're drawing on plastic, either you use a marker or you struggle. You struggle real hard to use a pen. What's up? Looks to the 10 moons. Oh, you're finally bringing back that? Here. Hold on. Let me undo my fucking blurriness. There we go. Alright. Alright, and then we go here. Swap out the background. Alright. I'm just gonna pretend that the rest of that is non-existent and not have to worry about cropping out the background. Put it there next to 10 pebs. Yeah, it's fine. Oh shit. Tommy, I know exactly what that, like, how that feels. I remember anytime I'd work with something of that sort, I've got pretty big hands, and even on my drawing tablet, you see it, like my hands are constantly fucking sliding around. So I do that, not thinking about it, and just absolutely cover this side of my hand in ink, and I'd look down at the other side of my hand and realize, oh shit, hey, I've ruined it. When more Meadow? Not sure. Could try some next week. Or, given that I am not exhausted, I could do some Rain Meadow, like non-streamed Rain Meadow. Your right hand was so colorful. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, for Rain Meadow. Actually, I don't even know how many people are here anymore. People could have probably left. At this point, okay, we've got a few people. A watcher emote. Hey, would you look at that? That is a very fitting emote. Oh wait, hold on. Cheese, I have something to show you, and I feel like you'll enjoy it. I made this at the start of the stream. He's a fella. He's a little guy. He's cooking an omelet. There we go. I don't know why, but I just love the face that I gave him. He's just... I don't know if it's malice or what it is, but it's something. It's definitely a face, and it expresses information. A true Joker face. Oh, I'm gonna leave it like this, so next time I pan over to it, I get jump scared. Oh man, I'm a dumbass. All right. So we have this. Let's go even further and do like that. Okay, and that's effectively parallel with that. What is that emote? Malicious thoughts. Ah. So perhaps it is malice. But what I was saying before with Rain Meadow is I think I might end up doing more in Discord Rain Meadow stuff, as well as other multiplayer things that would otherwise be like a viewer integration stream kind of thing. Because when I'm streaming, having viewers enter into a game that I'm playing becomes significantly more stressful. Just ordered a drawing tablet. Ooh. Drawing tablets are good, depending on which one you get. I'd say, considering that you already picked, good luck. Huion, not sponsored. I'm not big enough to be sponsored. Huion is the way to go. This thing is robust. I spilled epoxy on it, or was it resin? Might have been both. Epoxy resin. I spilled some sort of like plastic glue thing on it and completely like ruined the top buttons. And then I just went in, cleaned it off, and the shit was fine. Like, I have never had a piece of electronic allow me to, like, open it up, clean it, and just function correctly afterwards. Everything that I've tried to do that with is immediately broken the second it's opened. All of that to say, yeah, good tablets. Herm, what do you want, Mr. Villager? I don't know why I'm making these noises. All right. Let's go there because I realize that this is not out far enough. All right. And then I guess I match the angle there. Like so. You got a Parblo? No idea what that is. So hopefully it's good. I have no doubt that it's all right. I was just stating my own opinion because this is my stream and I'm allowed to do that. Itangbo. Still, I'm not like a connoisseur of drawing tablets. I just can. This is the only drawing tablet I've ever had. That's all I really need to say. Why do you keep making vague onomatopoeias in the chat? Because every time I see it, I feel the desire to vocalize them, and then I think about it for a second, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to. Because some of them are interesting. Like, that's how I'd read NRH like that. God, I'm a reprobate. Alright, let's continue this. Alright, you know what I think I can do here? You hope your the wall shenanigans work? What does that mean? Yeah! Perfect. That's a foolproof plan. Everybody's gonna be into Don't Starve. But you know, that's another thing. I keep getting sidetracked, probably because my brain is the size of peas. But yeah, Don't Starve Together is one of those games where I don't. Oh, that's what the conversation was. So when I'm streaming, like, if I'm streaming and viewers are joining into the game that I'm streaming, I am suddenly incredibly stressed because I don't know if the viewers are going to suddenly, you know, put a dick in balls on screen or say slurs or any of those other things that random people could do. Whereas in a Discord call with people in the Discord, it would be significantly safer for the stream to do that. You came back to hear that? That is nondescript. Which portion of my statement? What am I talking about? I'm talking about why I am a little nervous to have viewers join games while I'm streaming. Not to say that you guys are untrustworthy, but there are definitely people out there who would thrive on putting dick and balls on screen. Oh yeah, no. There are people who would thrive off of making me stressed out as shit. I mean, there already are people who thrive off of making me stressed out as shit. I don't know why I let them stay around, but yeah, no. Some people just exist to stress me out. Or streamers in general, not necessarily me. Let's not talk like I'm the protagonist of Earth. Any which way, that reminded me, it would probably be cool to do a Scribble.io thing. Protagonist of Twitch for sure. I don't think so. If I was the protagonist of Twitch. You know who is the protagonist of Twitch? There's this one Spanish dude, I believe. I forget what his username is. But he apparently... Not Germa. He's not the protagonist. He's pretty close. He's like the side character to the protagonist of Twitch. There is this one dude, and I'm forgetting what he's called, but he's legitimately pulled in millions of people, millions of viewers at once. So I think I'm a little far away from being able to be called the protagonist. Not Doug. Doug has not pulled in millions, I don't think. Ebai. I think his name is Ebai. And I might be incorrect. I might be incorrect about what I'm saying. So, not eBay. AK streaming right now. AK is close to 1 mil. Yeah, I think it's eBuy or eBuy, like that. You'd have to check. All I know is that he is insanely popular. Like, he blows every other streamer out of the water when it comes to how popular he is. Which, apparently, he's a good person, I think. Ebi? That makes sense. Apparently, he's, like, a nice person as opposed to, you know, XQC, who I still don't understand. I still don't understand how he has such a large following. And I'm from Quebec. I would be fucking rooting for him if he wasn't an awful, like, person to listen to speak. I don't understand how he's enjoyable to anybody. I might be alienating some viewers right now. I'm not sure. However, I don't know. If you like XQC, then Goblin speaking at rivulet pace. Yeah, no. He speaks surprisingly like a lot of French Canadians that I know of. That I know. I know quite a few French Canadians, being in the French Canada part of Canada, and you wouldn't be able to tell him apart from a lot of the other people here. But yeah, no. Suffice to say, I'm definitely not the protagonist, but I sure as hell can say dick and balls a few times and be happy with myself for saying dick and balls. Actually, that reminds me. First, we've already listened to this. I don't know if we listened to this one in particular. Does anybody have... And I don't know if this will necessarily apply to you, Tommy. Does anybody have weird ways of pronouncing English words, not because of like an accent or a regional dialect, but because of the fact that you just enjoy pronouncing the words weird? Because like anytime I say like blueberry or strawberry, I'll say it's blueberry, strawberry. You know, you gotta say it in a stupid way that, I don't know, you just toothpaste, skeleton. Instead of saying skeleton, I say skeleton, which is like a drastic a drastic departure from the original word. I don't know. It's funny. Stupid. Skellen. Yeah, it's just Skellen. And amongst my friends, that eventually evolved into Skellen. Like we're talking like fucking Valley Girls. Holy shit, guys! Look at that Skellen. Bro. I crack myself up. But you know. There's something very funny to me about the English language and how fucked up it is. Because to me, like a lot of people complain about the English language and how awful it is. Nor, chlor the condensation. What is that from? A lot of people, if you know, you know. I don't know. A lot of people will hate on the English language because of the fact that it's dog shit. And I respect that, because the English language is dog shit. However, it's one of the only languages I know of that is customizable. H2O, just to add water. I don't know what that is. Are you question marking me saying that the English language sucks? Because it's an objective fact. Learning the English language is way more difficult than it should be. There are bits from French, Spanish, German. It's just somebody took everything and just jammed it into the same place. You bet German is harder to learn than English? Where's Biz? Did he leave? There we go. Okay, Biz. As a person who has gone through the ringer learning a shit ton of languages, would you say learning English is less or more difficult than learning German? Cheese grater is Scottish, German, Germa, French, and English. Cheese grater? Not you, like the other cheese grater? Crazy. They're very talented. The fact that Biz didn't give me like a one-word answer implies that he is going to give me a 500-word essay. No, the word? Cheese grater? Oh, you mean just like as a word used? 'Cause no, that's incorrect. Depends on what language you are learning it from. Latin and Germanic speakers will have a much easier time learning English than Arab. How do you pronounce that? Arabo, Persian, and Sino-Japonic speakers. No die by. No, cheese grater, I shot you. You gotta play along with the bit. You gotta play along with the bit! Ah! I don't know why I'm acting like such a... I didn't expect return fire. I don't know why I'm acting like such a man-child today. Today is just one of those days where I get to stop giving a shit about seeming smart in front of people. It's probably why Tuesdays are so great for me. Alright. Anyhow, suffice to say, the English language. Hello, hi. Hi! Hi! Hello, cheese grater, hi! When it comes to learning languages, I don't know. However, the English language has so many variables to it. It's like some words are pronounced one way, and it is very distinct and easy to understand the way that it's meant to be pronounced. Other words, like Q, which means just a line. Q is spelled Kiwi. Kiwi! Kiwi! And you know where that comes from? French! It's from France! Anyhow. All of that to say, it is both a travesty that that the English language is the popular language, but also it's very, very funny to me that it is amongst the only languages that you can actually, like, personalize. Because I can choose between saying GIF or GIF. I can choose between saying crane or crayon. I can choose between saying pecan or pecan. All of these things are just up in the air. You can do what you want when it comes to choosing how to say it, to say things. I'm saying GIF again, and I'm allowed to, because that's how the English language works. You just make shit up. And it doesn't matter whether or not people think that you're wrong, because you're right every time, all the time. As long as you're approximating words. It's great. Alright. Let's do that. Doppelganger kindergarten. I don't know what doppelganger directly translates to, but I know what it means. And then kindergarten. That's... Oh, wait, you're just giving me examples of English words that are German. Yeah. Unless you aren't. Unless you have a different point in mind. I don't know. I've been working on the same, like... useless geometry on this fucking thing for the past 10 minutes. God, I'm smart. No, I was correct? Yeah, no. That, like... Yeah. Like, are there any words in German that you are just allowed to pronounce however you want? Or at least there is, like, the pronunciation of those words is up in the air. And so people kind of, like, fight over what the pronunciation is. Yeah? Have we had this conversation before? I feel like we might have had this conversation before. Because regional dialect. I guess that makes sense. But that would be more of just like an accent thing, right? That's not, or would it be changed, like, by what? Words. What I'm trying to say is, like, it's gotta, in my mind, what I'm talking about is words that you can pronounce an entire letter completely differently. Or you could just omit it. Like crayon or crayon. One of them is 7 letters, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shit. And then the other one is 4. They just get rid of the Y and O, you know? But, yeah, no, I'll wait for the example before I continue spouting nonsense. China people either say Heine or Shina, or the wildest one, Kinda. I think I've heard Kinda, like, being used to refer to something else, though. I don't know. That is a good example. with it being completely separate. Perhaps you have disproven me. Probably not. I'm pretty sure the German language is significantly more straightforward than the English one. But, no, you make a fair point. All in all, the best way to take advantage... Oh, you know what? Something that has brought me unsurmountable joy. It has brought unsurmountable amounts of joy to my life. It's pronouncing Pokemon names wrong. Because people who care about Pokemon names are going to freak the fuck out if you pronounce, like, I don't know, Arceus wrong. And it's so funny to me. In German, it's more like Hina, Shina, or Kina. Yeah, I was imagining that I'd pronounced that wrong. German Pokemon names are entirely different. Yeah. Pokemon names are entirely different depending on where you're from. French Pokemon names are completely different. And as a kid, it always wigged me the fuck out because I had no idea why the fuck like a Tepig was called fucking Flambergeuse, like some shit like that. But considering that most Pokemon are, like, the names of most Pokemon is just a thing, another thing, and then it makes sense that the name would change depending on the language you are speaking it in. Okay. Let me take this, grab that. Now I'm gonna cheat a little bit and just do this, like so. Get that lined up correctly. And then I can use that to stay parallel while drawing the overhang of the roof. You know what I've found interesting that I do in my art, and I don't think it is necessarily like a unique thing to myself. However, I like sometimes when I am drawing, I'll draw a line like this, and then I'll like go over it, and it'll be fucked up like this. A lot of the time, people will do a line wrong, like a line weird, and then undo it and retry it. What I find works best for me is doing it over and over and over again, and then taking the eraser tool and just erasing the stuff that you don't like. Which works very well if you've got something like this, and you're just trying to get that line in the middle, because it adds these aspects of imperfections. It adds these imperfections to your lines, and I really enjoy having those. Bin is a Pokegod that is from German fans of Pokemon. Alakazam is named Simsala in Germany because the usual magical phrase is abracadabra Simsalabim. This caused people to believe a fourth hidden evolution existed. That is very funny to me. That's incredibly funny to me. People getting going absolutely insane over Pokemon is always going to be incredibly entertaining to me. Like, people being like, holy shit, Mew 3? It's just so funny to me. Because it's little fucking monster characters. And you're freaking out. And I'm saying this as an avid enjoyer of Pokemon. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest enjoyer of Pokemon with how Nintendo is Nintendo. But I still enjoy Pokemon, and people can be so fucking just so convinced that you're not allowed to say a Pokemon's name any other way than the way that they speak. Alright. So, back on to what we were doing. I think I am going to put this in the background because I don't necessarily want to make a highly detailed house right now. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna make the roof barely, like not really make the roof, but sort of make the roof. And then I will just kind of hide most of the roof off the top of the page. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. And then let's get rid of the line here. I can't do that on this layer. There we go. All right. Something's wrong. I know what it was. I didn't treat this correctly. This is supposed to be angled slightly more, I think. We've already listened to this. I would listen to it again, but I don't want to. I apologize for stealing yet another one of your favorite songs. But, I must. We can't be listening to the same thing over and over again. Like, when it's good background music, then it's okay to listen to it over and over again, because you're not really paying attention to it. The shock and belief in D is accurate. I'm really qualifying the existence of :D in Twitch chat. But yeah, no, when music is like background music, it's much easier to listen to it over and over again. But once it starts taking center stage of your brain power, that's when I can only listen to it like once, and then I'm done. All right, and we do that. And then this could go like so. Like that. And like that. Have we listened to the... We might have listened to most of the music in this playlist. I wouldn't know because the playlist reshuffled apparently. And now we have to listen to the same things over and over again. Have I checked out the newest suggestions? Before stream, I think I did. I might be mistaken, though. What am I doing? What? Why did I do that? Why? I drew that line like this. There was just a hole in the roof, which is not correct. Yeah, let's just fix that. There we go. This is a very tall house, but that's fine. Here, let me double check the suggestions. Yeah, I the last suggestions that were put in. Oh, so for the Necrodancer stuff, I kept a couple of them, but the majority of the Necrodancer music is like a little too intense, I think. Like it's got pumping drums and shit that I don't think I can necessarily be paying attention to. Especially since I'm not, like, it isn't my favorite genre of music. So it's like, you know? God, my speech is incredible. But you know, there are a couple of songs in the playlist. Okay, so now that we've done this, I'm going to take it, and I'm just gonna put it in the background a little small. Just do that. Now that's interesting. Yeah, so there we go. So now I can take this and kind of set it down in the background a bit. Here's the problem with using this. It fucks up your perspective a whole lot. So I'm gonna undo that. Alright, I think this is a good spot for it. I will now add some more heaps of garbage, just kind of around it. Let's go with some like this. Now, I'm going to add some actual details to the garbage later. However, right now, I will simply make them balls, I guess. Balls. I will make them balls and use them as filler. Just to kind of feel out the general size of the or the general layout of the art. Okay, so we do that. Do this. Yeah, it's alright. I guess that works. Choose the eraser, just get rid of the lines that we don't need. There we go. And there we go. Actually, I could probably get rid of that and it'll just look like a texture detail. Yeah, that works. Let's see. And like so. So we're gonna make kind of like a ring around the mansion, so that it is kind of like central and obviously an important thing, but it's not the focus of the area. So let's do that, and like so. How will I make this work? Gotta be like that, right? Yeah. Maybe I can put this down a little bit more, like that. Like if I take this like so, grab the entire thing, and just nudge it down a bit. There we go. Okay, that looks better. Okay. Let's do this. And then that'll be kind of... Oh, that's a little steep. There we go. So we can do this. And something's wrong about this. Something's weird about this. I don't like it. I'm changing it. Okay, I changed it. Okay. All right. Continue just filling out the area. This might be a good idea to have just some extra thing here so that it doesn't look like two nondescript bumps, but instead two nondescript bumps with a small third bump in between them. Which, of course, augments the viewing experience. Okay, yeah. So we do that, and then we do this. Like so. Okay, oh. We've heard this already. I don't remember if we've heard this already. I realize that I've forgotten to take a break. And it's already been 3 hours? Crypt. Oh, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Well, I mean, isn't it a roguelike? This is making me realize that I have no idea what Crypt of the Necrodancer is. Oh, okay, it is a roguelike. Yeah, so I mean, nothing is preventing you from playing it. It is meant to be replayed. Air in my mouth. Alright. So we just do this. And that. And just a third bump there. Ah, man. It's so weird how simultaneously easy and difficult it is to draw things from like from memory and from just like sight. Because I can spend like an hour trying to figure out the perspective on the Hoog's face. And then sometimes I just make a shape and it works. This one does not. You've unlocked everything, but every time you play it with a partner, you get an extra challenge with the wheel you created. That is a good way to spice stuff up, given that, I mean, I don't know how extensive the game's unlocks are. I don't know if it's like The Binding of Isaac in that regard, where once you unlock everything, you just continue playing because there is so much stuff you could do. But in terms of a game that doesn't necessarily have that kind of post unlocks replayability, having a wheel is good. Good idea. That reminds me, I should probably go play Into the Radius on stream. If you don't know, and I don't know who's here, so I don't know who wouldn't know. I'm assuming that you are still here, Tommy, and I am assuming that Biz is here. And that's the only people I can assume are still here. Okay, hold on. I'm swapping to the other playlist. We've already heard most of the stuff. But Into the Radius is a really good VR game. And I want to play it again. I've already beaten it twice, but I want to fucking go through and play it again. You will always be here. Thank you. Thank you, my good friend Biz. And I want to beat it on stream. I've played it multiple times, and I've gotten to the point of playing it where I, with Biz, have put on, like, extra at the continued detriment of your health. Well, that sucks. Not from watching, but from playing. I have been lucky enough to have minimal motion sickness. However, with larger games that have... It's weird, because games that are incredibly laggy don't make me that motion sickness. Is English my first language? VR games, for the most part, if they are super laggy, won't make me motion sick, and if they're really smooth, they won't make me motion sick. But if they are right on the brink of being incredibly, if they're right on the brink of being laggy at all, but not laggy, so there's just, like, frame drops and stuff, my brain will have a fucking breakdown. Well, more specifically, my stomach will have a breakdown and want off the funny ride. The VR funny wild ride. Which is great, because a lot of games are getting larger and larger, and my computer is having more and more trouble handling them. So, yeah. But, all of that to say, motion sickness is a bitch, and I don't like it, and it sucks. Trying Phasmophobia in VR. VR horror games are definitely amongst the types of games that I avoid, because of the fact that I feel like I would drop to the floor the second that I see something. The only exception to that is Into the Radius. Are you aware of the game Stalker? Because Into the Radius is effectively Stalker, but in VR. In concept, it's more. There's more to it than that, but that's the easiest way to explain it. And it is terrifying at times. You've heard the name, but it ends there. It's just an apocalypse game set in Chernobyl, I believe, or Pripyat, which I believe is in Chernobyl or near Chernobyl. I don't know. I'm not a geography expert. And you're just, like, walking around, there's a bunch of mutant shit, and you fight. Into the Radius is very similar, except It's just different setting. And the coolest parts about it are the fact that it is not traditional apocalypse where you have like, oh, Mad Max, people are killing each other because people want to kill each other. It's less that and more the apocalypse caused everything to be so fucked up that nobody is alive anymore. And one aspect of the game that is particularly... I keep using that word and saying the same thing over and over again because my brain is mush. An aspect of it that I like is anomalies, where basically something is just wrong for some reason due to the apocalyptic conditions. And so if you step on the wrong spot, if you step on a bridge in the wrong way, you'll die, or you'll get launched into the sky, or something of the sort. Into the Radius has that, but in VR. Which is a very, very interesting thing to me. Because normal apocalypse scenarios with zombies or Mad Max and all that stuff, they're cool in concept. I think they are interesting concepts. However, they kind of pale in comparison to actual proper supernatural shit. This looks like a butt. All right, let me just take this. Is the music playing? It is, just very quietly. I'll turn it up if it continues to be very quiet. All right. I cannot believe that it's already been 3.5 hours. Holy shit. Time actually flies while I'm drawing. I don't understand at all why. But it does. And it's always a shame. That means it's fun. That is true. It's always a shame because I feel as though I always find myself making no progress over the course of my streams on things. Like I am able to draw one thing per stream. And in some cases, I'm able to draw half a thing per stream. So the fact that the time moves by so quickly gets me annoyed at that. However, it does mean that I'm having a good time, and I think that probably matters more than being productive. Okay, so we'll do this. So right. Now we need to kind of transition from the big hills into these smaller hills that we see here. So probably just doing something like this. Yeah, that'll do it. Man, I haven't even made a dent in this fucking thing. It's barely drawn. Alright, well. It's barely even started to be drawn. It's vaguely understandable as to what it is. That being a house with a bunch of shit around it. But beyond that, not much. Oh yeah, there's a new Tomodachi Life coming out, eh? I pretty much immediately forgot about that, but there is, in fact, a new Tomodachi Life. I wish that it would be accessible outside of Nintendo shit. However, it's fucking Nintendo. So, if I wanted to play Tamagotchi Life, I would have to, I'd have to, you know, go out of my way to either emulate it, oh, the humanity, or get a Switch, which I will not be doing. Silksong news overshadowed that for you? I would say the same. Yeah, no. Silksong being, like, having a definite date is significantly more valuable to me than Tamagotchi Life. Although I will not deny that Tamagotchi Life is a like a good game. Like, objectively, it looks very fun. And I'd actually really want to stream it sometime. But again, the fact that Nintendo is Nintendo, I'm not paying 80 fucking bucks on top of the cost of a Switch 2 just so that I can play some bullshit Tamagotchi Life game. I'd much rather play the original one on, like, DS. Alright. You know what? I think I'm gonna just end this here. Not the stream, but, like, stop drawing this for now. Since I have the basic concept of it. I guess I could... Hold on. Where'd my mouse go? I could do this. But after this, I will end off this particular piece of art. You could toss me the ROM. Oh, for the original Tamagotchi Life? Hell yeah. That'd be good. Don't let Nintendo know that you are carrying such horrifically illegal goods. The fact that pirating Nintendo games is talked about like such a serious offense, it goes to show how fucked up we've got it. It was an officially acquired ROM via Nintendo themselves. Oh, okay, good. Perfect. There is no illegalness to be done. But, you know, the fact that having a ROM for a game, for one of Nintendo's games, is, like, worthy enough to have you fucking slapped by lawyers makes me worry, you know? Makes me sad. Alright. So we can save this there, and I will call that done for now. I forgot about him. I forgot that he was here. He's just looking. Oh, man. Yeah, just at the past version of myself. If I put a little more effort into this, I could turn this into an emote. But am I willing to put more effort into it, is the question. Like, just this image. Just the head. I kind of like the idea of that. I might do that later. But while we still have time, let's think up some new emote ideas. I know for sure one that I wanted was a Hoog cry emote. So he's just got like his... Actually, that's difficult. The problem with the Hoog and making regular, like, fucking facial expressions is that his face is too long. Like, everything is... Like, his eyes are all the way back here, and his nose is all the way here. So you can't have him, like, crying into his hands, because then he's just got his nose in his hands. He's just fucking Just shoving his nose into his hands. That ain't right. But, oh, man. Could have, like, a cinema. What's the cinema meme? Could have the hands sideways, like on the sides of his heads, of his head. I don't know if that would necessarily portray. We could do the cinema meme like that. Oh. But all right, additionally, what else do we need? We do need the moth high. So if we go like just this. Like so. Now I wanna, in the case of me actually making an emote out of this, I want to make almost a blend of the Rain World moth and the way I normally draw moths. Because the Rain World moths have like teardrop shaped heads. That's a little thin, but they have heads shaped like that, whereas I draw moths with just straight up round heads. So rounding out the bottom of that might be a way to kind of bridge the two. Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Could try that. So like here, hold on. Let me stop doing that. Depends on the point of, like, the angle of view or something, but it could be... Oh, man, it's so hard to draw the Hoog's fucking head. Every time I try it, I complain the same way. Why didn't I just make, like, a guy, you know? People out here with, like, just dudes as their mascots. I've got a groundhog thing. It's like Sam and Max. It's a rabbity thing. It's a groundhog-esque thing. Okay, and we go up like so. It's because mice and other things, I'm forgetting what they're called. What is it called? What are mice? They're not arachnids. That's spiders. My brain said arachnid the second I asked what mice are, but they're not marsupial. Rodent. Thank you. Rodents have weird head shapes. Which is probably why people think that when I draw the Hoog, I'm drawing a bear. Most mammals, typically anthropomorphized animals, will have like head and then nose, like that, you know? You got your head, and then you got your fucking snout, and then it does like that, and then blah, 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 nose, eyeball. Yeah. With rodents, they don't got that. Their head is like it. Their nose starts from the top of their head and continues in a straight curve all the way to the end of their snout. So it looks more like this. And gotta say, it's a hard shape to get consistent. I've gotten slightly better at it, but it's still a fucking asshole. But yeah, no. Here, so we have something like this. So if I do like this, his eyes are up into the, like, they're huge, but they're also kind of centered to the top of his head. So if I'm drawing him like this, he's got that, he's got his ear. Like so. This is a very basic kind of the without thinking kind of sketch thing, but it'd be kind of like usually when people draw a character crying or close to crying, they'll like wobble the eyeball, right? Which sounds weird. Wobble the eyeball, but the eyeball goes wobbly. And that's how it is portrayed. So I could try doing that. Perhaps a little less normal. Like perhaps having some edges of it a little bit wider than others so that it doesn't look exactly the same all the way around, so that his eye doesn't look like a gear. Go like that, up, like so. Sit back up. Angled my microphone correctly. All right. Now, how else is sadness expressed in characters who aren't, like, actively crying? Because it's the wobbly eyeball, but there's other things to it, I believe. And I don't really remember what. It's like... Is it, depends on the stage of sad. This is supposed to be like just before sad. Or just before crying kind of thing. Is it just like a puppy eyes kind of thing? It could be a puppy eyes kind of thing. Yeah, just big irises, maybe. Wait, no, the iris... What is the iris again? That's the outside of your eye, right? That's the outside of the, yeah, lots of lights. Ah, yeah. So it's just a bunch of highlights. Like so. Maybe like so. And then when I fill it in. Okay, maybe I'll have to do this the other way around because my approximation of what the highlights should look like is a little bit off. Yeah, so let me try drawing in the highlights like this. This is difficult. Because that just looks... Okay, hold on. Anime person sad. No, that's just a bunch of edgy edits. Cartoon. Nope, that's also a bunch of edgy edits. Chibi? Slightly closer. Also, half of these are AI. That sucks. That just sucks. Bigger highlights? Bigger highlights than that? So, like... So like that? Then go like that. Better? Huh. So like just real big puppy eyes. Oh, I see that. Although... comes close to a pleating, so maybe the other dots... Hold on. So maybe the other dots hold on doodle squared. The other dots hold the doodle twice. Am I right with that? I have no idea what you just wrote. Because I think that, like, the pleading face is probably closer to what I'm going for. Yeah, I have no idea. I'll have to look into it later, because I don't know. I honestly feel like the fact that this is filled in is messing with it a little bit. If I do like that, almost. So, like so. Yeah, it's a little bit better, maybe. Also, I think the Hoog's nose is maybe a little bit scrunched-er than that. His nose is a little more up here. And I do... like so, maybe. Alright, so this vaguely looks like the Hoog at the very least. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I think maybe I should just hang on to these little, like, temp doodles and see about them next time, because right now I think my brain is sufficiently fried for tonight. Like I I am barely thinking right now. So, yeah. Let me save this and come back to it another time. And yeah, I think that'll end it. So, thank you, everybody who dropped by. VOD watchers and idea. I read brought idea to wall, and my brain immediately autocorrected to saying idea. Let's see. Yeah, that's closer to what I was going for. Yeah, you got it significantly better than I did. All right. So, I think we know where it's like where we should go with this. Is orbly on the inside of the eye. Like that. And then we fill this in like that. And oh, that looks bad. Let's do that. That's a little bit better. And then big highlight here. And then smaller highlights. Kind of like that. Yeah, that you nailed it. You absolutely nailed what I was going for. Yeah, no, that works significantly better than what I was going for. So, yeah, we will revisit this idea next week, I believe. Unless I work on it over the week. Probably not. I'm lazy, if we're being honest. I'm lazy, and I've got other things that I need to focus on. But, yeah, that's it. So, thank you. Such a short art stream. It's longer than most of my regular streams. So, yeah. Hello, welcome to the end of the art stream. I am literally just about to wrap it up. Thank you to everybody who dropped by, VOD watchers and stuff. Decided to watch some art. Here, Xander, I've got some art for you. I called him Plimbo. And, yeah. I will see you guys next Saturday, if you guys show up on Saturday. I don't know. Have a good one, guys.